The next subject I wanted to talk about is about Larry Gators. I don't know if you guys have heard of him before, but I have talked about him a couple of times. He's a pastor, a televangelist, and he works with a bunch of other pastors. So I figured we'd give this clip a look, and it's just to dip your toes in. Just get an idea of his beliefs and his ideals and what he thinks about the world. Check this one out.
Tom Hanks is dead. Newsflash. Tom Hanks is dead.
We're going to be talking about who this woman is in a second, too. Let's keep listening.
That's right.
Dead. Joe Biden is dead.
Yes.
Okay.
Come on. He took the
The
shot.
Clintons are dead. Okay.
Yes.
You got clones running this country.
Yes, that is the level that we're at now. We are dealing with a full-blown QAnoner. This guy believes that Biden and Hillary and a bunch of other people are clones. They were taken out and replaced by the deep state with clones who will do their bidding. Let's keep watching.
See, I got the testicular fortitude to say what needs to be said. Why? Because I'm a man of God.
Amen. You have to. Truth.
You got these punctified well, I don't want to lose my 501c3,
Oh,
Bishop,
come
so
on.
we have to use wisdom. Stop, okay?
Okay, nothing that he's said so far would lose his 501c3 status. So what is he even talking about here? Like, what's he on about? I don't understand. He's pretending to be a weak priest, if you will, one who isn't willing to speak the truth because they're afraid of losing tax-exempt status. Nothing he's said here would lose his tax-exempt status, first of all. And second, I mean, it's not even against the law what he's said so far. And secondly, even if it was, he almost certainly wouldn't lose it anyways. The IRS almost never prosecutes those cases. Let's keep listening.
501c3,
Oh,
Bishop,
come
so
on.
we have to use wisdom. Stop, okay? You need to sit down and shut up,
That's right. That's right.
okay?
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
Trump is surrounded by the military at
Mhm.
Mar-a-Lago.
Yes. That's
Trump
right.
has the nuclear codes.
That's right.
Trump has the military who turned their back on Joe Biden.
That's right.
Okay, so give you a little bit of context here. This video came out on May 12th. May 12th! This guy's claiming that Trump has the nuclear codes and controls the military. What, 8 months after the fucking election? Are you kidding me? When are they giving up on this? This is a fucking joke. This guy lives in another reality from the rest of us. Let's keep listening.
Trump has the military who turned their back on Joe Biden.
That's right. That's right.
And Trump has Air Force One. Patriots,
Come on.
QAnons, President Trump is still the president.
There you go. He did a direct shout out. Patriots and QAnons. President Trump is still president. He still has Air Force One. I mean, I don't know why this is the part that got me so worked up when just a second ago he was talking about how Joe Biden is a clone. Like, how bizarre does this guy get? And there's a reason that I'm talking about him right now. There's a reason why. Because he had Roseanne Barr on his show. He got Roseanne on his show. Seriously, Roseanne. She is super fucking famous. This guy's not a nobody. Can I take this as a sign that Roseanne's a QAnoner too? I don't know. Before we watch the Roseanne clip, though, I wanted to watch one more clip from the woman who kept kind of butting in the last video a second ago. Her name's Francine Fosdick. So let's give this one a watch. This one is from May 12th. It was the exact same day that she made an appearance here is when this other clip came out. So check this one out.
Biden, yeah, he took the shot. So that's another way of saying, okay, he's eliminated as well, because that's not really Biden behind that mask. I mean, you know, some
And
people
his eyes are black. What the other Biden had blue eyes. What happened?
right.
So I guess she's lending credence to the idea that Biden is a clone. And she's claiming to, or at least her co-host or her friend here or whatever, is claiming that she noticed that Biden has black eyes when the real one that isn't a clone has blue eyes? What are they talking about?
Right. Yeah, exactly. Unless he's totally possessed, which could be, true, taken over by demons and stuff.
I'm telling you guys, these people live in a different reality than us. They live in a different world. Seriously. So that's Francine Fosdick. That's Larry Gators. There's one more clip of Larry Gators. Came out 2 days before the last video we watched. So check this one out.
Now, Beau Biden, who passed away.
Let me give you a little context. Beau Biden is Joe Biden's son. Beau Biden served in the military with honors. Biden actually had another wife who died in a car accident a long time ago and then got remarried. He also has Hunter Biden. I'm not sure which mom Hunter is from. Maybe the original, the same as Beau. I'm not sure. Anyways, Beau Biden is Joe Biden's son who died after serving in the military. Let's keep listening to this.
Now, Beau Biden, who passed away supposedly of brain cancer. Now, my two contacts in the FBI said that was a lie.
Okay, can we get a little more information on this one? Who are your contacts in the FBI there, Larry?
Beau Biden was a sacrifice for the political rise of his father. Just like the first wife of Joe Biden, Nelia Hunter Biden, was a satanic sacrifice going back to 1972 that will give way for the rise of the political career of one Joe Biden.
How does he know all this information? How does he know that Joe Biden's late wife and late son were sacrifices to Satan so that he could become a political candidate or whatever for his career? Where did he get all of this information? This is fucking weird. My God. Where is all of this coming from? Forever ago, I actually did a video where I reviewed fake news. It was a fake news website that actually wrote out this whole story about how Hillary Clinton was under military tribunal and was being charged with all these crimes, and she was convicted and then sent to Guantanamo Bay and all of this crazy stuff. And it was written out as though it was real. I would be willing to bet that's where this guy got his information, was a fake news website like that. I would bet somebody out there wrote basically a fan fiction article about Joe Biden sacrificing his family to Satan so that he could have a really good political career. Anyways, that's the end of that video, and that brings us right up to the Roseanne Barr video. So this is Larry Gators and Roseanne Barr. It released on July 16th. Check this clip out.
You know what God told me? He said, I want Roseanne, calm down, because I have a mission for you. I said, what is it, Lord? You know, I'll do it.
Okay, if she's actually hearing voices, then she should be talking to a therapist or a psychologist or something, because this is an actual problem. I would be willing to bet that God never actually talked to her. And I'd be willing to bet she knows God didn't talk to her. This is supposed to be figurative, but she plays it up as though it was literal. She even expands upon it and builds this whole story up about what he said and how she responded. I don't understand why they do this shit. If she's really hearing voices, she should be talking to a psychologist. Let's keep listening.
You know, I'll do it. If I have proved that to you by now, even if it gets me fired and in trouble, you know, I'll do it if you put it rightly to me. You've seen that. So.
And why does God need her to do anything for him anyways? Can't God, just snap his fingers and do what he wants done? Why does he need Roseanne Barr to do anything to further his goals? Is he all-powerful or not? This fictional God that they're building up in their heads and the heads of their audience is not the God that I have ever heard described by Methodists or Jehovah's Witnesses or Mormons or anybody else. This God that needs you personally to directly walk from this location to that location carrying this thing so that his plan can play out in this very specific way, instead of just snapping his fingers and being done with it. I really don't understand why they build up this fictional depiction of God. One that's apparently less powerful than Joe Biden. If Biden is capable of usurping God's will by becoming president, despite the fact that God apparently wanted Trump as president. Why do they keep building this bizarre fucking image of God and contradicting themselves all along the way? Let's keep listening.
It says, yes, Roseanne, I do. I have something I want you to do. I want you to tell people that I am mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore.
Okay, so God is mad as hell and he's not going to take it anymore? Isn't this the person who basically destroyed the entire world with a flood? Took out every animal, every bug, everything by snapping his fingers and making it rain for 40 days and 40 nights? I mean, if God was mad as hell and wasn't going to take it anymore, it seems to me that he would just change it. Can't he just change the situation instantaneously? If he's not powerful enough to alter our minds to align with what he wants us to think or believe or do, then just start a 40-day flood and wipe everything out. Start over. I've been saying this from the beginning. If Adam and Eve fucked up and sinned, then quarantine them, put them in the corner, make it impossible for them to reproduce, and start over with a new breeding pair. All of those deaths that resulted from Adam and Eve's sin, supposed sin, they're on God's hands, not our hands. He could have just as easily quarantined and started over. It's this exact same thing with Roseanne Barr. Why is the God that they believe in doing all this bizarre, nonsensical shit? Like, this does not add up.
Mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. He said,
That's
you
right.
tell them, Roseanne,
Angry.
that's what I have to say to him right now.
You tell them, Roseanne, that's what I have to say to them right now. Why would he send Roseanne as his arbiter? I don't understand. Why wouldn't he just put the message in our heads? Why Roseanne? This is so fucking strange.
And if they can't
That's
figure
right.
out why, at least tune in to what?
Tune into what? I don't understand. What am I tuning into?
See what is happening right in front of your eyes, and
That's
Roseanne
right.
will then explain it, as will Dr. Bishop Larry will explain
Yes, ma'am.
why.
She is an odd bird. She seems like a nice bird, but she is definitely an odd one.
Explain it, as will Dr. Bishop Larry will explain
Yes, ma'am.
why.
Okay, so I'm guessing based on what she said just now that Bishop Larry Gators and Roseanne are going to tell us why. That's what she just said, right? If you don't know why, then tune in to these two fellas here and they'll tell us. Let's listen up.
If you're
Yes.
any kind of conservative like me, they blacklist you.
Yes.
They have blacklisted me for years because I wanted to talk about, the things that ain't right.
You know, the things that ain't right. Interesting. Why was Roseanne blacklisted, actually? This is something I need to find out. Give me a second here. Let's see. What a strange fucking person. By the way, is the word fella gender neutral? I feel like it is, right? Can I call anybody a fella? Is it wrong for me to refer to Roseanne and Larry as fellas? These two fellas here? Would that be incorrect? Okay, let's check out what Roseanne did exactly to get blacklisted, as she called it. This article is by BBC News, and it's titled, Roseanne Blames Racist Tweet on Sleeping Pills. This was May 30th, 2018 when it came out. That's when all of this really went down. I remember it, but it's been so long, I don't remember the specifics. Let's read it and see what it says. Roseanne Barr has blamed sleeping pills for her tweet likening an African-American former Obama aide to an ape. Oh my fucking God. The comedian blamed the offensive post on Ambien tweeting, although she has since removed the tweet. Ambien is a sedative pill used as a sleeping aid. ABC canceled Roseanne's sitcom over the racist tweet. They also apologized to the aide, Valerie Jarrett. U.S. President Donald Trump on Wednesday broke his silence on Barr, who's been one of his most outspoken supporters. Bob Iger of ABC called Valerie Jarrett to let her know that ABC does not tolerate comments like those made by Roseanne Barr. Mr. Trump tweeted on Wednesday, referring to the former White House senior advisor. Wow, okay. Gee, he never called President Donald J. Trump to apologize for the horrible statements he made and said about me on ABC. If there was a sign that Donald Trump didn't understand racism and its impacts, I would say this is it right here. This is a quote from a Trump tweet. Bob Iger of ABC called Valerie Jarrett to let her know that ABC does not tolerate comments like those made by Roseanne Barr. Gee, he never called President Donald J. Trump to apologize for the horrible statements made and said about me on ABC. Maybe I just didn't get the call. He's such a constant fucking victim. He's constantly a victim of everybody. Everyone is always wronging Donald Trump. He was the president of the United States, and he was the biggest victim in the fucking world. It drives me nuts. Anyway, let's keep reading the article. This is what the BBC said. Roseanne Barr's tweet described Mrs. Jarrett as the child of the Muslim Brotherhood, an Islamist group, and the Planet of the Apes film. The television network said on Tuesday, Roseanne's Twitter statement is abhorrent, repugnant, and inconsistent with our values, and we've decided to cancel her show. The reboot of her hit sitcom Roseanne had been a ratings winner, and Mr. Trump had called to congratulate her personally on its first season back. Barr deleted Monday night's post and said she was leaving Twitter, but has since posted a flurry of tweets, including one claiming that comedians have said worse. I guess that's true. Comedians have said worse, but that one was pretty fucking bad. Doesn't excuse what you did. That's called the tu quoque fallacy, I believe. You're being criticized for something here, and you're trying to deflect criticism by saying other people did it too. Doesn't make it okay that you did it. I don't get the logic here. It's illogical. It is a logical fallacy. Back to BBC. In another tweet, the TV star tried to explain away the post as having been caused by the effects of Ambien. I gotta tell the truth, man. I've never gotten drunk or taken medicine and suddenly become racist. That's not a side effect of any of the shit that I've ever taken. And I was an addict for a while. So I'm really not sure why she's hiding behind this Ambien thing. You are obviously racist based on what you're saying here, and the fact that you are on Ambien just opened that up for the rest of the world to see. Sorry you don't like that, but I'm definitely glad that we know. And by now, at this point, she probably would have said something else, not just that one. Knowing the fact that she's on Larry Gator's show heavily implies that she's QAnon. If she's not QAnon, she's very far extreme right. And people like that can't keep their mouths shut forever. Anyways, let's keep watching this clip from Roseanne with Larry Gators, see what else she had to say.
Like me, they blacklist you.
Yes.
They have blacklisted me.
Okay, yeah, they blacklisted her. That's right. She got canceled from ABC, from an ABC show. Why? Is she going to take responsibility for what she said?
4 years because I wanted to talk about, the things that ain't right.
Yeah.
She wanted to talk about the things that ain't right? Okay. Based on what she's saying, I'm getting the idea that she believes she was blacklisted for talking about things that are a problem in society, right? Just standing up and using her voice in an honest, charitable way, not being mean or rude or insulting anybody, just espousing an opinion that she has. What was it she said again? Oh, that's right. Roseanne Barr has blamed sleeping pills for her tweet likening an African-American former Obama aide to an ape. That's right. She was blacklisted, quote unquote, as she calls it, for being racist. She was blacklisted for being racist. I have zero sympathy for her. Zero. This is actually a tweet from her after the events. I'm not a racist. I never was and never will be. One stupid joke in a lifetime of fighting for civil rights for all minorities against network studios at the expense of my nervous system, family, wealth will never be taken from me. It wasn't a joke, and it wasn't funny. It was just straight up racist. That's it. And if she really did fight for civil rights, I'd take that into consideration in deciding if she should really be canceled or not. I don't know of any civil rights fight that she has ever fought. I'm not saying she hasn't. I'm saying I don't know of any. She's not well known for these things. But this one tweet seems pretty clear to me was just her being straight up racist. Let's keep listening.
4 years because I wanted to talk about, the things that ain't right.
Yes.
The things that ain't right. Like the Obama aide being like an ape.
And they don't want to hear it. They're censors just like all the rest of them. Fascist censors on the left and the right. Listen, anybody that is not going to let me speak,
That's right.
Fuck them. Just fuck them.
Oh, she's upset. Fascinating. Did you catch that little bit there where she said that they're fascists?
They're censors just like all the rest of them. Fascist censors on the
Fascist censors. People kind of overuse that word a little bit, don't they? There's actually basically a list of characteristics or qualities of fascism. What is fascism? I've done a lot of reading on this recently, so let me give you the list. The first characteristic of fascism is extreme nationalism and patriotism, an obsession with the state being the best and just right in every way. It's perfect. It's exactly as it should be, and nobody can criticize it. That's the first quality to real fascism, which, by the way, is a term that's overused and misused a lot. Second quality is scapegoating, blaming other people for the problems that might exist. If the country isn't exactly as it should be, it's because of the immigrants. It's because of the leftists. The third quality of fascism is an interest in violence, encouraging violent rhetoric, saying that we need to get violent to accomplish the goals that we have. The fourth one is having a state-controlled media or a media that is dedicated to protecting the party in some way, shape, or form. Remove stories from circulation, will twist information, or will just straight up outright lie sometimes if it's in service to the party. That's called an ends justify the means mentality. And finally, the fifth quality of fascism is pseudo-worship of the leader. Basically like revering them and holding them up as the beacon of hope, the only one who can fix it, the perfect person for the job. They can do no wrong. Those are the true characteristics of fascism. I don't really see that in, what was it Roseanne said? Hang on, let me step back.
talk about, the things that ain't right.
Yes.
And they don't want to hear it. They're censors just like all the rest of them. Fascist censors on the
Okay, I'm not seeing fascism in people who want to end racism. I'm not seeing that at all, like in any way. For the record, fascism is a very nuanced subject, a nuanced thing, and you can't really just blanket call anything fascism necessarily. It's not authoritarian by default. A lot of people make that mistake, mixing it up with authoritarianism. It's all about patriotism, scapegoating, having an interest in violence to accomplish your goals, having a state-controlled or party-controlled media, and pseudo-worship of the leader. Those are the biggest issues that you have with fascism. I find it ridiculous that she tried to compare being canceled, her show being canceled, because she said something really fucking racist on Twitter. I find it amusing she's comparing that to fascism. Give me a fucking break. If the racist tweet that she sent wasn't the thing that got her canceled, she certainly would have been canceled for something else. She's a right-wing extremist, and she can't keep her mouth shut about it.